Any questions?
Okay,
You keep mentioning the number, you keep asking how many killed, how many killed. Why does it matter how many were killed? One person being killed still means a rocket was fired. Why does that justify, just because no one was killed or even one person was killed, why does that justify happening? Rather than hundreds?
We've got more than 1 million and now 500,000 living in the Gaza Strip. We've been bombed by all kinds of weapons you can imagine.
Yeah, but you were saying, when they...
I understand, but the thing in the Israeli side, they are enlarging things. They are making a huge propaganda. I know every person, killing one person as killing a million person. I agree with this, okay? I've got many close friends who were killed. I've got many relatives who were killed in that war.
Can I come back and maybe something else to the question? You know, there's a term called self-defense, as you know. If I come up to you and slap your face, don't make to you, I promise. Not according to the law saying. But if I did, are you entitled to take a gun out, put a bullet through my head, and then put a bullet through my child's head, and then put a bullet through my wife's head? That is the difference between the mortars, and they're not so-called mortars, I'm not going to use that term. The mortars that are going over randomly, they're not sophisticated weapons. Some of them are hitting the targets. It is totally wrong that it is happening. It should not happen. The bomb that went up in Jerusalem should not happen. I abhor all violence on all sides. It shouldn't happen. But to respond in it, in the way that they are responding, is wholly unreasonable, wholly disproportionate, and is killing a lot of innocent people.
Thank you very much. Yes, Pat. Okay, just with the vote.
Yes, first of all, Hamas established democratic electric. So Israel went to war with a democratic electric government. I'll come back to the latter point. Secondly, how would you justify Israeli ultra-Orthodox Jewish settlements inside the occupied territories of the West Bank?
Firstly, your question on the Hamas. Oh, look, this is worth focusing on for a second because Muslim Brotherhood, obviously, which Hamas is a wing, have big intentions in the region. So it's worth looking at what they have done so far, where they have got power. We may have a different standard of what constitutes a legitimate democratic government. I don't think that seizing power after an election in a coup where you kill your political opponents, murder them, and then never have another election is a democracy. I just don't think it is. I don't think it counts. One vote once doesn't count in my mind. The Hamas are, I have to say this, the biggest stumbling block of peace between the two parties. Because there are now three parties. And you have the possibility of a three-state solution, which I think is a very unhappy result, where you have the Palestinian Authority governing the West Bank, the State of Israel, and then a Hamas state in the Gaza. I think that's a very bad outcome. I think it's principally a terrible outcome for the people, the Palestinian people. I think secondarily it's a terrible outcome for Israel because it doesn't have a negotiating partner in that part of the world. On the settlements issue, look, there's a lot of difference of opinion on this, but I'll express mine. I don't want any more settlements. I think that they should roll back a number, quite a lot. I think that the final settlement between Israel and the Palestinian peoples in the West Bank will not be the 1967 borders. I think it will be something which allows some settlements to remain, some of the large ones. There will be a compromise on others. Effectively, most people know this is the future of it. There's the people who dream of 67 borders and things. It's not going to happen. But there is an additional thing on it which is worth mentioning. The gentleman referred to it in the question earlier. We should ask ourselves why it is that it is pretty much being decided by the outside world that if the Palestinian state does come into existence, as we hope it does, in the West Bank, that it will be free of Jews. This is a serious question we have to ask the region. Why is it that an Israeli family couldn't continue to live in their house in a Palestinian-run state? And when you consider that, you get to the root of part of this problem.
I would just like to point out the democratic nature of Hamas, which is so often propagated, so they need to apologise for their actions. If 51% of this room voted to exterminate the other 49%, I would not consider that decision legitimate. I would not consider the reason to talk to 51% and hope to pursue a peaceful resolution for anything. The point is, democracy is about accountability, it's about liberalism, it's about freedom. As Mr. Murray pointed out, Hamas murdered its political opponents as soon as it seized power in Gaza. It has continued to intimidate people who don't fall in line with its ideology since, and it tortures and murders its own citizens regularly. It also places them in grave danger by firing from schools, mosques, hospitals, as we've discussed. There can be no doubt about this. The idea of democracy in Gaza is ludicrous, and it's very problematic to continue referring to it. In order to have peace, there has to be freedom in Gaza.
Okay, we're now going to move on to the third discussion topic, and I'd like to tell the speakers, if anyone does go over 3 minutes this time, I will bash the gavel because we're running quite short on time.
Yes, so we'll now address the final topic, and later on, as I've seen, there are a lot of people willing to raise the question, so you've had a chance. For now, just hold on a little bit. So the final question would be for both of the panelists. How do you believe the conflict could be solved politically, in terms of political implications? And I would like just to remind you to keep your statements as brief as possible. So I would direct this question first of all to Mr. Murray.
Thank you. Look, my observation would be the following. Anyone who says to you this is simple is a liar. It's not going to be simple, but it is achievable. And I would put it in the following way. In our lifetime, we will be able to see, perhaps even in the next 10 years, we'll be able to see what I think the us in the panel are united in wanting, which is, as I say, the creation of a legitimate Palestinian state. Now, most, I think, if not all, there are some. I agree that every single democracy there's some whack jobs. No doubt about it. You can always find one in America, you can always find one in Britain, you can always find one in Israel. But most of the mainstream, the whole of the mainstream of Israeli politics recognizes that at some point in the near future a Palestinian state has to be encouraged and allowed to go ahead. Now, the problem for Israel, the problem for peace, is the following. They have a serious problem with finding a legitimate negotiating partner. And since the so-called election of Hamas, this has become a lot harder. Hamas, nobody's mentioned it yet, but it should be mentioned. Hamas, in its founding charter, is dedicated to the annihilation of the Jewish state. It is very, very hard to talk niceties with people who want to annihilate you. Very, very hard. Very hard to talk particular border issues or taxation issues or local council business if somebody's big picture desire is the annihilation of your peoples. So, there is a big obstacle to peace, a very big obstacle, and it is the fact that a very large number of Palestinians and a certain proportion of their leadership, most obviously the Hamas, cannot allow this Palestinian state to go ahead because they have to allow the Jewish state to exist alongside it, and they cannot make that leap. It is a tragedy. I have to tell you, it is a tragedy because what is possible is so within reach. But as long as the Palestinians have Hamas, a terrorist organization, claiming to represent a group of people, the Israelis can never sit down with them. And so, as I say, the will, I believe, on Israel's side is there. And they pretty much know what the final resolution of this conflict would look like. But we have to ask whether the same willingness sits on the side of the Palestinians. And I think the answer there is far more troubling.
Mr. MacDonald, what would be your observations?
I agree with one thing, it is complex. I think there won't be any peace in the Middle East until we get a very strong president of the United States of America. It really starts there, and it starts with pressure having to be put upon Israel to sit at a table and to be reasonable with its negotiations. the parliamentary and government coalition in Israel is dominated by Orthodox Jews who don't believe that Palestine has a right to exist. As a result of that, that's why most of the settlements are now full of Orthodox Jews who want to take over the land because they believe that it's their God-given right to have that land. And that is the main stumbling block. It is an election system of proportional representation. Can I just say on the side here, vote against Dave Reed, whatever you do. It is a coalition system dominated by Orthodox Jews who don't agree with the right of Palestine to exist, dictating the policy of a right-wing government. That is what we need to solve first. The way to do it is by having a strong president of the United States who has a cash pot of £3.5 billion and says, until you start sitting at a table, and this is what President Bush wanted, funny enough.
He did it with Shamir as well.
Yeah. He said, we won't give you any money. Sit at that table and start talking. And don't start talking in fantasy land. Start talking about real possibilities. That is the way forward. So, then I think we have to dismantle many of the settlements. The rest of the settlements that will stay will be under the Palestinian Authority. Golan Heights needs to go back to Syria. Absolutely. The wall needs to be torn down. An airport needs to go back into West Bank, into Gaza as well. That needs to go back. And we need to have the Palestinians being treated with a little bit more dignity. You know, when I left Palestine, I had to go. The only way into Palestine, proper way into Palestine, is through Ben Gurion Airport, just outside Tel Aviv. And I was there with my girlfriend who had come over to be with me, and we've got a really hard time because they asked the question, have you been to the West Bank? And of course I couldn't lie. And I said, well, yes. And they said, right. So they searched it all thoroughly, went to every single piece of item. And this immigration official held up this book and she said, what's this? I said, it's a tour guide of Palestine. It's a rough guide of Palestine. And I said, look, I've got one here. It's a rough guide of Israel. She said, but I don't understand what this is. I said, it's a rough guide of Palestine. It's a tour guide of Palestine. She said, well, how can you have a tour guide of Palestine when Palestine doesn't exist? And I knew then that I'd lost the argument. Now, I'm not saying that every Israeli is like that. Of course they're not. But there is a predominant part of the Israeli establishment, and yes, the Israeli army, that doesn't believe that Palestinians have a right to be in their own land. We have to change that. The way to change it is by having a strong America and a strong American president.
Mr. Westbrook, what would be your views on the topic?
Well, firstly, I very quickly have to refute the idea that Israeli society does not wish for a settlement and a two-state solution. It is the prevailing opinion of Israeli society and Israeli politics. I also found the slur like Orthodox Jews are all desiring the Palestine never to exist in some expanded jurisdiction to be completely offensive. I was an Orthodox Jew myself, but I know many Orthodox Jews, many of which I'm involved with, who campaign quite regularly for a peaceful two-state solution. I'm not sure if it's just misinformed or misunderstanding, but it's wrong. How peace will come about? We have a perfect model in the form of Egypt. Egypt decided to stop wanting to destroy Israel. The settlements in the Sinai were consequently taken down, and there has been peace ever since, and collaboration. And now that Mubarak's gone, if we do go towards a liberal democracy, I expect that peace to hold and if anything strengthen. And it is this desire for peace that can only lie. The settlement can only lie when the person who wants to destroy something stops wanting to destroy. There are several examples of how they can do this. Firstly, in the Palestinian Authority, I mean, Hamas, I've gone over. They need to be destroyed. They wish to annihilate Israel, but there's no different people. The PA are different people. There has been tremendous economic growth over the last few years.